Hello, Minimus Tubers, and welcome back. Let's play Final Fantasy Renaissance with me, BlueAnkylo, and our team of mages that are only allowed to have one spell per level. I did a little bit of grinding gold and levels off camera, although not very much. Level 7 is very low for heading into Marsh, but that's what we're going to try to do today. I think it's, if we just go straight to the wizards, we might be okay. It might take a couple tries, someone might die, but I think there's a reasonable chance. I thought about grinding up and getting level 4 spells, but they won't make much difference, so let's give this a go. Wow, that was nice. Can we do that again? Hard reset. Not a lot of encounters for a little while. Anyway. Not in the Marsh Cave. This fight's fine. I did buy a bunch of, whatchamacallits, pure potions and all that stuff, right? So, random poison enemies, not too bad. As far as loot in here, can't equip iron armor. Could sell it for a bit of money. There's not much else loot-wise. There's some garbage swords. I think there might be a silver dagger on the top floor, but that doesn't matter. I think there's a reasonable chance we die to the wizard fight, so really trying to full clear the treasure is probably not super useful. Probably. So let's just go straight to the wizard fight and see how it goes. Had a comment, someone's like, back on the NES, they needed to get to level 20 to get through the Marsh Cave. I'm like, maybe if you're fully trying to clear it every single run, but you shouldn't need that many levels. I know this place is nightmare fuel, but not that far down. Anyway, yeah, these guys hit really, really hard. They're gonna destroy our wizards if they get a turn. So we have to hope Lightning 2 goes off fairly quickly and kills one or two of them. That's very nearly a full sweep. I think they've got like 84 HP. So that was good. I'd rather save my last Lightning 2 for an emergency on the way out. And hopefully Vivi doesn't get murdered here. But, or Yuna either. Come on, Red. What are you doing? Just hit it. Yeah, this is where having that ice spell or regular lightning spell would be pretty good. It's got to have like 2 hit points right now or something. Okay, thank you. All right, not too bad. 3 wizards at level 7. I'd say they're pretty doable. We might have got a little bit lucky that nobody got actually killed. Getting a bit of gamepad delay again today. That's a fairly common complaint from what I hear about the Renaissance project on top of Unity. Bunch of weird input lag. It's not my favorite. Well, let's see if we can get out in one run. I have to say, we've been quite lucky so far. No stun dead packs. And we know everyone loves the stun dead. I mean, the crawls, in a solo run, the crawl bone fights can be a bit spicy, but double right when I tap it once. Like I said, totally not my fault. To be fair, every time I say it's the controller lag, it could be my own input. This fight ambush is really rough. Yeah, that's just bad luck. That'll happen sometimes. Getting ambushed by scorpions, that's a classic Marsh as well. This is another annoying one because we're gonna get 2 people paralyzed, possibly. Trying to decide if I'd rather Lightning 2 or run. We're pretty close to the exit. How much... I never remember how strong crawls are, because they're not a common enemy that I fight. 84 HP, it's possible we could one Lightning 2 them down. Ah, we just got away anyway, that's nice. Alright, almost free, maybe one more fight. Get out of the way back. Wow, we got no stun dead at all. Nice. So other than being ambushed by scorpions, that was a good little Marsh, look at that, level 7 Marsh, easy, right? Barely a problem. And this is mages. This isn't even a very strong group. Mages with, what am I trying to say? Mages with only one spell, even. So we're missing out on some of the good stuff that you might have as backup. Like a Cure 2 spell, which would be pretty good for healing up after being smacked by a scorpion. Okay, well the good news is, goodest news is, because we didn't kill anything after dying, after Red died, we didn't lose, we don't have an XP discrepancy. Everyone's at the same value. So that's important, right? Let's go beat up Astos. I mean, let's try, anyway. I don't think we'll have, like, you know, again, he might rub someone, as is tradition, but I think this group, honestly, for a challenge run, isn't that challenging. Just Black Mage is so good. I guess normally I like the Red Mage on top. It doesn't really matter. Okay, so, ha ha ha. So the plan is either hold or... Mute. Mute is more important. Well, what's more likely to hit, actually? I think Mute is funny, but I actually think Hold has a higher... Because it's single target and a higher level spell, I think it has a higher chance of working, and he doesn't resist either, right? So... yeah... He theoretically could do some magic stuff if he lives for a while. Well, that's just not fair. We didn't even get a turn to try it. I think you could probably still win just with a couple Lightning 2s, to be honest, but, I don't know. I guess we'll put Anti-Fire and Anti-Lightning on. It doesn't really matter that much. You could go for Sleep as well. That might... If you hit him with this, that would stop him from, rubbing, depending on who goes first. Or I should Bluff, actually. That might be better. Well, we got him with it on first try, anyway. Of course, it lasted a single turn, which is very... apparently, it's like a 1 in 8 chance to recover for enemies, I think. So very bad luck on us. It's kind of annoying. And we got him again. Alright, cool. Let's see if we can mute him a little bit. Really, all we care about is magic. I guess that's the advantage of the mute spell. If that hits, he's done. Whereas, the paralyzed... Like, I think paralyzed usually will last you a pretty good amount of time. But silence is once and done. It lasts forever, so... Anyway, we're just beating up on this poor guy now. He does have a ton of absorb, so... I'm a little bit low on magic damage. But, there you go. Tempered up gets the job done. Alright, nice! I mean, we had a couple false starts there, but that's nothing too big. I don't really want to fight ogres right now. Let's... Preemptive means instant run. So, I guess that gets us into... So we could fight one. That gets us into, you know, Mystic Key territory. So this will give us access to a whole bunch of stuff. It's a lot of ogres. This is good money, I guess. Maybe we do an Exuviate. Maybe we finally see an awesome Exuviation. Don't get your hopes up too high. Yeah. Red Mage will just deal with it. We'll try to split it up. And I'll try... this is a two-tier Exuviate, because we've got Anti-Lightning and Anti-Fire. It's not much, but that's what we got. And it did... You know what? That did a lot more damage than it used to. There was a buff in one of the patches that apparently changed the Exuviation scaling. And I haven't really, you know, tested out a whole lot yet. Because usually it's just a lot of time to set up. But, that was about a Lightning 2 damage with It still costs 2 spell slots and 3 actions, but makes it strictly inferior to Lightning 2, basically, in every way, but it should scale higher if you spend even more actions and more spells. Yeah, that's kind of the problem, is it's just very, very resource and action intensive to get a effect that's, I think, rarely better than one of your sweeper spells on a black mage or blue mage or any of the offensive casters. It's a bit like how summoners work, where you spend a turn to charge and then unleash massive damage. Except the green mage spends multiple turns of other people, possibly, and the damage is not very massive, usually. I mean, it seems like it's been improved, but it's hard for me to really want to sit around and set it up very often. Anyway, we'll get our Fetch Quest series done here. It won't take too long. I suppose we're going to need some more grinding, because we're going to need some gold. There's a lot of spells. Even though we're only getting 1 spell per level, there's still... we haven't bought level 4 spells yet, but we'll get enough money for that. Although maybe we want silver bracelets first? Yeah, maybe. I guess it depends on what I want to grind against. We could do Peninsula Power. We could do Mummies. We could do Giants and Earth Cave. Those are kind of like the classics. Trying to decide what I like. I might do a few Mummies. Trap Tiles are just nice and efficient for grinding. Because, you know, you only fight one thing. You know what it's going to be. Hey, look at that. It actually is less... I don't know if I noticed that. The Iron Staff actually does hit a little bit harder than the Silver Hammer. It's kind of too bad. The hit rate is still probably worth it, because the White Mage isn't going to attack very often, and they miss anyway, so might as well get a slightly better hit rate. Okay. We don't have access to level 4 spells anyway, so let's keep looting. I suspect because money will be an issue, we should probably do the full clear, like go to the Chaos Shrine, pick up the Rune Sword, the Wear Sword. Maybe go to the bottom of Marsh for the free silver bracelet and other things? Maybe? I don't know. Not 100% sure on that yet. But as usual, we do all the easy, mostly freebie stuff first. Alright. And technically, Silver Knife is an upgrade. I mean, it's actually a better upgrade than the Silver Hammer was. Now, I don't think Green Mage really gets anything other than staves. It's one of the downsides of Green Mage. They don't even really get a... what am I trying to say? Like a custom weapon style. Most of the Renaissance jobs get something unique as a weapon or an armor or something. Green Mages, I don't know why. They don't get anything. Which is weird, because, like, druids, they're built on, like, D&D druids for the most part. They're pretty known for, like, shillelagh to make their staffs really good. So, like, if there was a way to get, like, some sort of passive buff, like, I'm not saying that a Green Mage should be a physical striker, but maybe a passive that makes staffs better for them, at the very least, or a couple unique new staves that are specifically for them. That would probably help the Green Mage out a little bit, because they feel not just like mechanically weak, they don't have a lot of like flavor. There's not a lot of like, oh, here's some good armor and weapons for them. No, it's just they have worse. They don't have a white robe, a black robe. They don't have a Thor's hammer. They don't have a cat claw. They don't have much. And we're out of space. Well, most of this stuff isn't worth very much to carry. Silver armor is a pretty straightforward upgrade for chainmail. Wooden helmet doesn't really matter, though. That's also garbage, so. Armor stuff, yeah. I think silver armor plus 3 silver bracelets will be the way to go. Which, we might get a free one if we go to Marsh. I'm not sure. Depends on how much we want to conserve our money. I guess what I'll do is, well, I'll sell the junk. Sometimes I wonder if this is worth the time. You know, $100, $200, 25. Was that worth the time it takes to sell them? I don't know. But we'll sell that. Then we'll pick up 2 more swords. We'll sell those. And then we'll go to Astos' lair once more. We also can technically go all the way to Crescent Lake and get... there's a buckler I think the red mage can wear. I always forget about. So there's that. Rune Sword is also pretty good against Lich, so not bad to have. I think the red mage can use it. Yeah. It's worse in normal situations, but it is quite good against spellcasters. Wow, these gargoyles are mean. I guess we could clear the other chests while we're here. We never fully cleared this area when we first came through. It's fine. Some completionists in the comment sections be like, Blue, you could have saved a cabin and saved and healed. Might have saved your life, or like 1 cat, right? I spent 80 gold on that in Elfland. I could have saved $80. In this economy, how could I just throw those away? You know? All right, done. There's also a few treasures in Earth that are fairly easy to get, although it's not super valuable, I would say. So we're definitely going to sell Saber. We don't have an engineer. We don't need a 2nd silver dagger or a 15th iron staff. The wear sword is basically garbage. Question is, do I keep the dragon sword? It is good against a few things, like Agamas. Maybe I'll hold on to it for now. Yeah, red mage can equip either, so that's fine. Seeing as I specifically picked it up, you're welcome. We only lost 40 gold. Alright, money is looking okay, though. That's just until we start buying spells. I could buy a few houses and try to farm the mummies as long as possible. They generally, I think they mostly break even for money, depending on how many spell slots you have to deal with them. And they certainly give you good XP for the fight. Is that the way I want to do it? 4 houses? Sure. I think we'll get our money back. It's an investment. And if we can get 1 or 2 level ups quickly, that'll... I mean, we don't want to go fight the vampire at level 7, right? I know I talked about not over-leveling too much, but, like... This is pretty under-leveled. I was a bit on the surprise side that we got through Marsh on our first attempt. Hey, Ogres, you're kind of obsolete now. We're gonna have better enemies to fight now for XP purposes. Alright, we do a tent save. No thief, or really a very basic party in terms of like map interactions. Very little to do. Is that power staff better? No. Power staff is literally worse than a 200 gold iron staff that they give away for free, basically. The power is not very good. Okay. But it is good to sell. So, here we go. We get, I think, 2 to 5 mummies or something like that. Harm 2 and stuff like Lightning 2 will work fairly well. Let's just see how this goes. This is before buying armor, so... Yeah, that's going to wipe them out pretty quick. So... Yeah, we only get 2 Harm 2 casts per rest right now. And it's not a guarantee. That mummy rolled good magic resistance. But, there you go. We already got a level up. It is very quick. Basically, I find if you've got a black mage or a white mage with Harm 2 specifically, this is a pretty good spot. I don't know about normal harm. Let's just see how much damage it does. I doubt it's going to be very guaranteed at all. Yeah, these guys have a bit over 80, I think, or somewhere around 80 HP. So maybe harm plus lightning 2 is safe. This fight's small enough that maybe it doesn't matter. Maybe. The other thing is, maybe I should be bluffing with Vivi. I'm not doing a lot of bluffing. So it will take 10 total mummies to get the money for one house, if you're trying to, like, calculate that out, right? It's 300 gold each. 60s, yeah. Harm can kill one in a single shot. Lightning 2 actually might be pretty reliable, but... Alright, we did it. Kind of used my spell slots. Then we use a house. That's full health and spell slots back. And then we do a couple more. Maybe after this run we go to the Marsh Cave and break up the grind with a silver bracelet hunt. Could definitely bluff, especially because Vivi's attack is so bad. It should double Yuna's effective intelligence, which will put them from 22 to 44. If I remember correctly, it's half your intelligence as a percent bonus. So an extra 22 points is like an extra 11% damage, I think. It's not nothing. And bluff has priority, so it always goes first. So timing-wise, this works. That 96 damage crit, that was really mean. Of course, the silver bracelet wouldn't even help with that. Yeah, we can get level 9 for sure here without too much work. Do we do, like... If there's less than... If there's 3 or less, do we just go with, like, harm strats? What do we think? Maybe bluffed harm is, like, close. Maybe we die. It's pretty close, but yeah, we still might die. Let's just swing and hope. Hold A and pray, I think they call it. That's an old randomizer one. A randomizer race thing. Basically, you can sometimes get the game into a like an RNG loop on the NES. I don't know if it works it probably won't work on Renaissance the way it's coded, but in theory there are a couple ways to get a loop of RNG, and you just hold A and you will, like, if the enemy is missing, they will always miss, and you just hold it until you win. But that's not something I ever knew how to set up exactly, and I think it's, like, relatively frame perfect even if you know what you're doing. I think the tasks, like the tool-assisted speedruns, tend to do a lot of stuff like that, honestly. Let's throw a harm and a lightning. 5 mummies is enough that I'm scared that they could punch someone to death, and that would throw off my lovely EXP balance. And then I would cry. One more lightning 2. Maybe 4 we try a bluff harm. You know, not bad, not bad. Still a little spicy with how close we come to death. And we are actually going to run out of heal potions before anything else, I guess. That's alright. We're probably not going to get another level up anyway, so maybe one more. One more big group. Final offer. Then we got one at least. Okay. There's a big group. Ooh, with an ambush. Oh no, oh no. If only we had an archer that was in the front spot. We could have prevented that ambush. Alright, let's go all out. Last fight, I think, before we go heal. Yeah, that's why harm plus lightning 2. Yeah. Good stuff. Alright. So we made all the money back, and we only actually used one house. Yeah, like I said, pretty efficient, I think, in terms of general grinding. Let's head back to Elfland. I think what I want is to restock my my heal potions. You know, honestly, I think we just go buy 3 silver bracelets. As much as there's a free one in Marsh, I think you'd save time fighting mummies rather than... So instead, we're not going to go right back at all, actually. We have enough money for our armor, so let's go do that. Yeah. Unfortunately, Marsh is just such an annoying place, and you could definitely still get stun-locked and die. Like, even though we had a good first run, it doesn't mean the second run would be good. And, even getting stuck once and resetting, I think you would make 5,000 gold faster fighting mummies, plus, you know, get level ups and stuff, so. So the plan is get armor, then get level 4 spells, then profit? Question mark. Alright, they sell silver bracelets here, thankfully. And yeah, technically you could equip them on the red mage as well instead of the silver armor. You drop 3 absorb for 7 evade. You know, if you prefer that, one thing to the other, that's fine. Okay, that's done. Is there anything else to sell? Oh yeah, that's right. Good stuff there. Yeah, you know what? Money's doing pretty good. We need 16 grand total for level 4 spells for everyone. Although realistically, the white ones are pretty bad, so it's questionable. In terms of level 5 stuff, oh, how badly do I want Warp? I could save up until promotion, but probably we'll just take Fire 3 on the Black Mage at least. Maybe this is where I take Cure 3. We get a whole bunch of weird stuff on the Green Mage, custom. Regen 3 could be nice. That's a pretty significant amount of healing. But Blink is good. A-Wind is not. A-Water is... Those are mostly worthless. But those two are both good options. And then Heal 2 is not really strong enough. So it's kind of like, do you want a single target heal life, which is... Just don't die. Easy. Do I want to go get the buckler? Yeah, let's go get the buckler. I'm pretty sure the red mage can equip it. I won't save on the way there. Hopefully don't die or anything. Yeah, easy. Just don't get infected. And if you can't equip it, then we'll just reload. Yeah. Not sure why we can buy a silver glove. Must be Red Wizard can equip it. Must be. Because the game auto-adjusts to only sell you equipment that you can equip. Although if you see the default list, it means no one can equip anything. But I think it takes into account your promotion as well. So, that's probably a Red Wizard specific detail that I normally don't think about. You know, 22 absorb, it's not terrible. Yeah, not like that matters. Okay. I'm not going to look at level 6 spells, that's too far away. You could grind here, but I actually think the mummies are way better. And the Peninsula Power is decent. It'd be better if we had Fire 2. but we don't have fire too, so the mummies I think are our best bet for a while. Now, I mean, if you can win this fight, I mean, possible. They're like 300 HP. They're pretty tough. That's 100. I have to try, but yeah, I don't have like a big healing spell or anything yet. We're still a little bit behind the times for like good stuff. You know, I think anti-poison should remove the poison condition. The pure spell exists, but it's so bad. Like, yeah, it's just really bad. Are we actually gonna get away with a quad Pede fight? Hey, look, Exuviation did some damage. Nice. You know what? That was a significant portion of a level up. Good job, team. I didn't actually think we were gonna have very good success there, but it worked out. Let's take the south route. One of the less traveled routes, I would say, for me at least. Although the least traveled route is the north way around the continent. If you go like north of Pravoka and along past Matoya's cave, that's the road or the boat route I really never take. I guess there's some randomizer situations where you use the boat to get around more than normal, but in the normal game, no. Okay. So we will need some more heal potions. I could buy 2 level 4 spells. Let's look at them, because they're a bit rough. So for white spells, it's bad. I think anti-ice might be the best we get for the white mage. I don't really care about fear. I know you can fear chaos, whatever. It sucks. Poison, removing poison, this is as good as a pure potion. It's useless. Except it's like, what is it, 30 times the price or something? And removing silence, you know, sure. But it's single target. It's not very good. I mean, in an all spellcaster party, the thing is, there's just almost no enemies. I think is there like one enemy that does silence in the whole game? I don't even remember who it is. It's such a rare thing, it doesn't matter. So the level 4 white magic doesn't really matter. Green mage can get reflect. I don't know, it's pretty bad. Maybe we get A-ice on the green mage anyway. Well, no, what I'll probably do is give the green mage reflect, because there is a situation where you reflect spells on enemies. It's not very, like, it's not very good, but, you know, it could be funny. You can put regen on an undead and it takes damage every turn, you know. So anti-ice and reflect are probably all we're going to get there, because they're not very strong. And then the difference here is, we've got 2 really good spells. Now, I was going to take Ice 2 on the Black Mage, but he will eventually get a black robe, a black shirt, that gives him Ice 2 for free. So this is like short-term good, long-term wasteful. So that means I probably give Fast to the Black Mage. And then what does the Red Mage take? We could go Confuse for another AoE status contain, which is something the Red Mage is pretty good at. Or Sleep, which is non-elemental, but worse. I might actually just end up giving him... I think Fast for the Black Mage just is really good anyway. And Ice 2 would probably be the better pick on the Red Mage. But I like leaning into the Saboteur thing. So we're going pretty light on sweeper spells. But we'll get Fire 3 probably soon enough, right? So, Confuse isn't great. But it is an AoE, and the I mean, there's a lot of enemies that like resist status, which is the problem. When would I use this instead of Ice 2? So rare, it's... Get it. There is maybe a situation where you might... I would rather have Confused than Ice 2. Also, there is a Wizard Staff that casts Confusion as a freebie. Now, it won't get buffed by the Red Mage's Saboteur feat or Intelligence. So, you know, it's not as effective, but... I don't think it makes that big of a difference. I think just having more damaging spells is probably better on average, because we're pretty light on sweeps. Okay, so the plan is kill some mummies, maybe get 1 or 2 level ups. I don't really need to go too hard here, I don't think. I'd like to have enough money to buy, I guess, the garbage. So we need 8,000 for the last 2 level 4 spells that are... Just get them out of the way. And then it would probably be good to buy Fire 3 at least. Like give the Black Mage something that really kills the vampire easily. But we'll need some levels to cast level 5 spells anyway, so. Come on, input. I do like the Bluff Harm 2 strat. This is pretty nice. That's another reason to give Ice 2 to the Red Mage, because you can bluff Ice 2. Which should make it pretty good. There's your level 10. Easy. And I am going to try to stick to my not over-leveling. But... You know, Marsh kind of sucks. Or, well, Marsh usually sucks. We actually got pretty lucky. Earth also usually sucks, so... Is there enough money in the vampire loop if we loot the chest to make that, like, worth it? We got a preemptive strike, I think, so maybe conserve spell slots. Maybe. I mean, that works pretty good. Good turn order. How much to level 11? We can definitely get 11. Not sure if that's... I can't remember the point where you learn level 5 slots on a white-black mage. I think it's a little bit past that, though. Like, maybe 12 or 13? Probably like 13. Now that we've got better armor, though, the mummies generally don't cause as much problem. Which is nice. I guess, strictly speaking, there is some advantage in, you know, leveling up gives us a little bit more damage, but, like, with our weapons, but it's so minor with this group. I don't think it's worth considering very strongly. Black Mage only has 1 sweeper spell. Yeah, we gotta fix that. I mean, it's pretty likely he's just gonna take, Fire 3, Lightning 3, Ice 3 for his, and then Nuke for his final set of spells, so in the late game, you know, we're just gonna have the damage sweepers anyway. I think. Am I out of, we're out of harm? Oh no! How much did we get there? That's pretty good. So how much money was I was thinking, we'll do at least 1 house round trip here, like last time. So two full trips, but with more spell slots, you get even more efficiency per house, right? So, you know, it just gets better over time. It actually legitimately speeds up a bit. Most of the, like, especially if you're going solo, this kind of grind usually starts a little slow, and then once you start getting some levels, your damage goes up a little bit. You've got more spell slots per house anyway, and yeah, it tends to work out. Like, Algama fights are like that too sometimes. The grind can start a little bit slow, but once you start one-shotting them, it speeds up significantly. I always like seeing Harm 2 get some work done. It's It's a cool spell that I would say... Like, I don't take white mages very often, and when I do, I generally have a black mage with Fire 2 anyway, so it just doesn't really matter. But this is the specific challenge, the specific choices I made did give us a setup where, you know, we actually get we get to harm things. It's cool. The anti-undead spell. I believe it's just strictly modeled after Turn Undead from D&D. Although at low levels, Turn Undead usually just causes them to flee, thus the turn. But there is usually a Destroy Undead variant that just disintegrates the level undead. And actually, I think the new 2024 rules changed it again. I'll have to look at it. I'm actually playing a cleric in one of my campaigns. Player cleric, not just DMing. And I need to double check when Turn Undead gets buffed up, because it might be relevant. Actually, I'm a Cleric of Light, and I can use, in 5th edition D&D, you've got Channel Divinities, which can be used, it's a resource that you can use a couple times a day to usually cast Turn Undead, but also each Cleric subclass has like a different feature, a use for it, basically. The Light Domain Cleric is, in 2024, is real good, because it gives you an AoE radiant damage that just does actually really good damage at low levels. So it's actually better than turning undead anyway, because you just kill them. If they're relatively low level, if you're fighting a bunch of zombies or something, you just incinerate them, and that works pretty good. No need to make them flee when you just kill them all. But I don't think it'll scale as well as, you know, Destroy Undead later, I think. I'll have to look it up. Maybe someone in the comments can tell me their experiences with a Light Domain Cleric. I did do a little sneaky. I gave them a human. Human means you get a bonus origin feat when you create your character nowadays. I mean, it's been like that for quite a while in D&D, I would say. Humans oftentimes give you a extra feat, and you get a freebie feat in 2024 as well as an origin feat. So I actually started with 2, you know, low-level feats, and you can take Magic Initiate multiple times. So I have Magic Initiate Wizard and Magic Initiate Druid, which gives me so many cantrips and level 1 spells. It's actually been pretty nice. Okay, we're basically out of slots. Do we want to grind any further? I have enough money for the level 4 garbage and then 1 level 5 garbage. Well, not garbage, but I don't even have level 5 slots. This is fine. This is enough for... Let's take a chance on Vampire, basically. I might want to spend some money on heal potions anyway, so... But yeah, I've been really liking my my Cleric, actually. I like playing support anyway, so just, you know, having Bless available and making the party feel really awesome is just the... Bless is such a nice spell. You know, being able to Guidance and Bless just make everyone feel like they can do things they normally can't. The dice are still sometimes the enemy, but alright. You know, you got more dice, right? 34 heal potions. Also some soft potions. Maybe 1 is not quite enough. Also, I have to buy my spells. So what did I say? I guess Reflect and Anti-Ice. The only difference is Green Mage with Anti-Ice means it would have priority, which is good against the Lich, at least. I know they do Ice 2 first. Other than that... I don't think it really matters. Okay, enjoy your garbage spells. Let's buy, like, 2 more softs. 3 more softs. And... I want to be able to buy Fire 3, at least, I think. But I'll save enough money to, well, we'll have to fight something, but... I already saved last time I came in, so we should be fine. I think it's like 200 gold to save at Melman, so hopefully we'll get something that's better than Odd Eyes. Like a Kaizoku or something would be great. I mean, I've got 10s. Doesn't really matter. You can always save with 10s. Yeah. Okay, so... Slow 2, not good enough. Warp, good, but you'd have to wait till promotion, and... By the time we're promoted, the cool warp tricks are gone. Other than saving a few steps in, like, some dungeons later on. We'll probably just give White or Green Mage the exit spell, and that'll deal. Bane is surprisingly effective on a Black Mage, or I think Red Wizard can learn it as well. But Fire 3 is much more, like, general purpose. Okay, let's take a look at how far we can get in Marsh today. Or not Marsh, sorry. I'm mixing them all up. Maybe we can get to the vampire. Do I want to do any looting? Yeah, let's do some looting. I'll try to clear out the loot on the first 2 floors. It's not worth a ton, but there might be some random encounters that are worth fighting, so let's see what I find. And 2,000, you know, like 1 fight against the mummies. Is it worth running from 4 encounters to pick up? Probably not. Just go fight more mummies, right? That's kind of what I was meaning earlier by, you know, you could full clear all the treasure out of the Marsh Cave, but if it takes longer than just a trap tile grind, it's not actually even worth it. Other than completionist, I opened all the chests. Also, our run chance is pretty stinky. So, there is that. Yeah, it's like 2 mummies, 2.5 mummies. Yeah. This is how I always feel about Earth. It's like, yeah, you can loot it, but what are we really getting out of this? Okay. I didn't actually use any spell slots, though, so let's just go. The second floor treasures are... There's a coral sword and a bunch of junk guarded by an earth elemental. It's probably not even worth it. The third floor has more treasure, but also the nasty encounters. And, I'm not super confident about all those random encounters, so... Also, I actually can't burn the vampire yet. It's probably fine. Eye mages. Not the worst. More of them. Still not the worst. Maybe we loot this one while we're on the way by. If it's only a few steps off the course, it's probably fair. I think we're like... yeah, this is the trouble one. So this is where... I think... we have to use lightning too, really. There's no... Did pretty good, though. That did pretty well. And we got really good turn order, so that worked out. So we can take a couple wizard fights in here, but... Earth Bell, Arcane Spear, yeah, those, I don't even think those sell for very much, so... I don't know. There's some money here as well, but it's guarded by an Earth Element, so... Oh, do I Lightning 2 for 2? Yeah, might as well. I still think they hit hard enough that I don't want to give them any turns. Alright, now this fight, we can harm 2. He is going to resist ice and status and everything, so... throw regen on, I guess, and harm 2. And maybe... fast... no. Maybe just bluff. Yeah. Looks like regen has priority as well. It went before bluff. That's pretty good. Yeah, harm 2 just... it's deleted him. What was I worried about? Nothing. That was bluff boosted, so a little bit better than normal. This fight... we're just gonna run. Should be fine. I have enough, if you're solo, it's a bit spooky, but we have enough, softs that even if 1 or 2 people were stoned on the run attempt, it wouldn't really matter. And it is a runnable fight rather than the wizards, so let's save the lightning for when you can't run. Like this. Yeah, I'll throw some more regen. We're almost done. Let's try not to mess this up as we're getting close to the end here. So I wonder if, like, all the Green Mage healing buff spells are priority now. Because that, I thought it was, the way I read the patch notes, I thought it was only, like, the anti-spells that went first. But I may have... The buff to Green Mage might be significantly better than I was originally thinking. Now, I don't know if that's enough for me to suddenly love them. But if they always go first for healing, that does really help for situational, like, emergency healing. Now, they don't get a lot of... this fight could be bad, so let's throw off harm. Like, they don't get a lot of, like, direct healing. It's usually regeneration, but... you know what? The classic kill everything but 1 with a spell and then run away after, but... I'll take it anyway. I'm not even going to complain. Okay, so that was a first try vampire kill. At only a level 11, which is still pretty respectable, I would say. I know you, like, you know, every now and then there's a person who's like a low-level champion. There's definitely like a lowest possible level for these sorts of parties. I expect we probably could have technically survived with some luck at like level 8 or 9. Maybe even 7, the same level we killed Marsh. Because we technically just needed harm 2 to kill the vampire, and then a couple charges of lightning 2 for wizards, and that's pretty much all we needed to kill. So level 7 probably could have done it, but... you know, our HP would be lower, our run chances would be different, maybe better, actually. Funnily enough, leveling up kind of makes your run chance worse. It's counterintuitive and kind of dumb. But that was good. Alright, let's go get our rod. Actually making more progress for this episode than I expected. Not sure we'll have time to kill the Lich, though. That's too much. Ambush, I don't like that. Another ambush, but it's smaller and we don't get paralyzed, so fine. Shadows don't have a ton of HP. Maybe 1 harm kills it. Good enough. Speeds it up. Maybe. Come on. Okay. Save it up. I guess we'll loot the Titan's Trove as well. Similarly, nothing actually valuable here as far as I know, but... money. Sellable. The not-so-great axe. A little bit of money in a hat. You'd think a silver hat would be worth a lot of money. Like, if it was solid silver, a solid silver helm... I mean, I know silver's not as valuable as gold, but it's not that far behind. You could probably sell a... I don't know, how much does a helmet weigh? Maybe like 5 pounds, a couple kilograms, something like that. Maybe a little bit more. Depends on the type. That's a lot of silver. I wouldn't say I was rich with 2 kilograms of silver, but probably worth a few $1,000s. Pretty sure. I believe, being Canadian, that our dollar is actually backed by silver rather than gold. So interesting enough. Lots of countries, I think, do that. But, not everywhere is gold standard. Our treasury has lots of silver. You can, I believe, get silver bullion if you want. Although most of the time you just get a fake piece of paper that says, I owe you 1 piece of silver, which is dumb and basically a scam. But theoretically, you could buy it. You could have a bunch of silver under your mattress in your room, just in case the world lights on fire, and then you can use your silver to trade for food in the future. When everything really falls apart, that's what the plan is. So hold on to your silver helmets. You might need you might need to trade them for medicine one day. That's the real life lesson from Final Fantasy. Now we're exchanging it for gold. Hard-earned gold coin. That's all I want. Earth Bell, garbage. Arcane Spear. Actually worth more than... That one's worth picking up. Better than I thought. Coral Sword is good against water enemies. By the time we get to the Sea Shrine, we will have the defense swords and ice swords, so no. Not good. That puts us at enough money to buy all the level 5 magic. Still can't cast it. Did I decide what I was going to teach him? I don't even think I looked at the white stuff. Right, so Green Mage can't learn any of the normal white magic stuff. So, garbage, big regen or prevent physical damage. That's actually kind of a tough call. Big regen is a significant amount of HP. So this is better against like AoE magic damage and long-term efficient healing. Blink, though, it's really good against like Kraken and anything that hits physically. And our armor in this group is quite low, so physical damage is still a bigger threat than some days. Now, it's kind of competing with like ruse effects for evade, but you could think of Blink as just buying a couple turns to get those evade stats set up for longer fights. Especially with priority, Blink would be really good if that has priority to go first. Am I skipping all the regen spells? I mean, regen 4, I think it's level 7. That's the best one, and maybe that's all we really care about is having... Because they don't stack. I don't think you can have multiple different regeneration spells. It just takes the best of them, I think. Or the most recent one, I forget. However the game works, I'm pretty sure you can't have regen 1, 2, 3, and 4 all at the same time, I think. I don't think you can. Yeah, I think Blink gives us the most strategic value. And for the White Mage, Heal 2, not really enough. Especially when we have regen anyway. Even level 1 regen is good. Harm 3 would be another Lich Killer. Also good against ghosts in Water Shrine. Single target big heal could be nice. Nothing wrong with that. Also life if you want to not die. Am I going to take life at all, or do I care? I do find usually with a green mage and a white mage in the party, our survivability tends to be pretty good. So you generally don't have to die and resurrect. Ice Cave is a real annoyance. Harm 3 would help in there a lot. Big pack of undead, having more than one person that can sweep. I think the best defense is a strong offense. Kill things before they kill you. Single target heal is good, but we'll probably just pick up Cure 4 anyway at the end. Like, it's a little ways away, but... Alright, Harm 3. And then the Red Mage could learn Cure 3 if I wanted. Or another Fire 3 caster, which is probably the best overall option. Although, I want to double check if he can learn Bane on promotion. I think he can. 1 sec. Just gotta... FF1, NES, Red Mage, spells. I guess Red Wizard, technically. What am I looking at? Red Wizards. Boy, Google just ran him into some garbage, like AI slop that just doesn't actually tell me the answer to the question at all. I'm just going back to Game Corner Guides. Sorry, just a second here. Red Mage. Where's the Red Wizard spell list? MP progression, weapons, armor, spells. There we go. So yeah, they can learn Bane promoted. So if I want to wait, we could pick up Bane on the Red Wizard. And that might be the best, like, long-term option. With Saboteur and potentially buff boosting, I think Bane will actually be very effective at sweeping enemies in the late game. And to be fair, they don't learn level 5 slots. Like, we don't even have a level 5 slot on a red or black, white or black mage. So I think we hold it off. So that means we're waiting for Ruse and Bane, and everyone else has all their level 1 to 5 spell. Just their one spell. Alright, well, let's end the episode here. We're about an hour in. That was pretty good. You know, cleared Marsh, Astos, the Mystic Key, did a little grind, killed the vampire, got the rod. For a second episode, I'd say, you know, I was, at the very beginning, we were going a little bit slow at, like, level 1, 2, 3. But, I mean, I did predict once we had access to level 3 spells, it would speed up. And it's looking pretty good. I'm enjoying, it's a fun little, sort of challenge, makes me think a little bit. And I am gonna give Green Mage a second opinion with the buffs they got in the patch. Because it is possible that the change to Druid Adept is actually pretty good. Any enhancing magic spell. So, if that makes sure Blink goes first, that is really nice, actually. That's a really good round 1, you don't die to Kraken. As well as some other buff spells. That sells me more than most things. I thought it was just the anti-spells, and they're just not that important. But yeah, alright, anyway, let's end this episode here, and we'll see what happens next time. Thanks for watching, hope you've enjoyed, have a great day.